What's up, guys? Dark Side Spencer here, and as you guys can tell, I'm here live on the Audibs. Um, I don't know how the audio will be in this video, so bear with me. This is a video. We're currently on hold of the Purity Project Part 2. This is just a little small channel update. I have to literally, move my glasses in a weird angle because, it keeps fucking showing some glare, and I don't like glare, so I have to kind of look down and position my glasses. But pretty much currently we're in the middle of summer here where I live, so I get to pretty much do whatever I want, in terms of summer, time wise. Besides work, of course. Work I always have to go in because it's how we keep the series going. If I didn't have money, we wouldn't be able to do cool creative scenes shown in all the videos, pretty much. And the issue that I've come across with filming this next part is scheduling and all that stuff, and getting everyone, because we now have a cameraman now who's helping us with the series and all that stuff. Is it still daylight? No, it's dark as shit outside. I thought, because there's a blue little area right here where it's blue, and I'm like, fuck, is it still blue? Or is it still, is it still daylight? But pretty much, we're filming and all that stuff, and I'm doing stuff during the summer. Sean, he's doing stuff, We lead very, 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 very different lives, so we constantly have to kind of negotiate our time and schedule really well. And there won't be an episode for a few weeks. I've been filming extra scenes so that we can get really cool, little segments, little sections of the videos that will add more human characteristics and sides to them, like going to work, dealing with emotional trauma and stuff like that, which we are building to something in the second part. And you kind of realize that as the videos go on, is that the tension keeps building and the conflicts keep building. Because we have these little mini skirmishes, mini little conflicts, and I like that about our videos, is that there's always a conflict, but it's never, what's the word? It's never a definitive conflict like it was with the pool scene, where it's one or the other. One survives, one of them dies, which they didn't. No one died, but which that's a spoiler. But if you haven't watched it yet, yes, I mean, rip to you, man. But I think that so far we have made a very cool part 2. Now I need to disclose something. This second part is actually more. It's a continuation, it's adding on to the storyline that is the Purity Project. However, it is a new beginning. It takes the storyline that we've done in part 1 and just build off of it. But it is a different storyline. We're doing more physical, alternate personality type deal. It's never. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to spoil it, because we're still in the process of developing this character called the Creature, which we still don't have a final look for it, but we're developing it. It is in development. So if you ever get us, if you ever see inconsistencies, they will be explained. And so far I haven't seen one yet where the story didn't make sense or didn't line up. Which that's just me. Make sure that we're in the clear, because there is one ultimate all underlying story that's developing, and it should be a plot twist, except it's not really a plot twist. It's just an ultimate culmination of everything in the story. But we are building to a certain scene where a certain character figures out the most epic reveal, you know, like secret pretty much. And if you're fans of the series, you realize what that is. That's not really a spoiler. You know it's coming. But it's hard to explain because it's not a full-on reveal. It's more of like just speculation. So don't explode. Don't explode thinking, oh my God, Spencer is gonna figure this thing out. He's gonna be so pissed off. He's gonna go kill someone. It's not what's gonna happen. We're doing it more of a more humane, realistic way, like a real person would. Find an approach, and these small little conflicts, they add to that approach. They show what kind of character these two are when it comes to a conflict, and we went on this second time around to actually show the more what's the word to it? We wanted to show more of the emotional effects of alternate personality, illness, mental illness and all that stuff. And there's one scene, which is my favorite, I think my favorite scene to direct was in Control, where Sean is actually trying to get through, the idea that he just killed someone. And you know what scene that is if you've seen Control. He's sitting there his eyes are blinking and shit like that, which I will take full responsibility. That was one of the scenes where I insisted we film, because I felt that right then and there we needed to have Sean show a side of him that we've never really shown on screen before, and if we have, we've cut it out. Because I feel like Sean as a character, he's always felt not really bland, but he's always had a negative outburst every time the two interact, which we're trying to combat that. But that's our characters, We're trying to add layers to them. But pretty much this video, like I said, it's an update. So I want you guys to realize that we're trying to get this thing going, and we've been getting it going, and we're developing a lot of storylines to come. However, there's one thing we need to talk about. I am doing a new series, which is kind of a bombshell. I've been thinking about it for a while, which I have even started writing it or developing it at all. But I was thinking about doing a series where I kind of just sit here, kind of like the way I am now, and explain the events of a story. And what kind of story it will be, I don't know. But I seriously, I've gotten to the point where some of the stories that I want to tell, I don't have the people to do them. And a lot of people are like, just pay people. Trust me, we've paid people to come in and try and do the series and stuff like that, and it just always ends up being self-destructive. It just doesn't work. People just don't have the motivation to do it. And the one person that we did find, who I'll leave his name out, but he used to work with me at where I work now. Which you'll figure where I work at now in the next episode, whenever it does come out. Because right now we're kind of taking a hiatus. We're taking a break. So we're kind of just, I'm developing new ideas and stuff like that to keep going, because it's a grind. I'm trying to earn money and all that stuff, and keep my sanity going. And also make videos that I like and that I approve of, because the last time I made a video where it was a little bit stepping over the line, it was Control, and we actually got striked for it, and basically we were told that the scenes that we were airing are too graphic, and pretty much we had to dial back some of that gore that we were showing. So pretty much, I'm kind of more like scared in a way to do the vision that I have, you know, because like it really made me mad whenever we got, you know, striked. I was like, oh crap, we can't just be airing, you know, people getting murdered all the time. You know, it's kind of like a done deal now that you guys know in the story, you know, that, you know, characters die and all that stuff. But we have to limit how much of death do we show, you know. So, I feel like I'm just twirling around in circles right now in this video. But we're gonna dial back some of the gore. Now, I'm not saying that's you know, it's gonna be no blood. Of course, there's gonna be blood. It's just we can't show the more graphic scenes, like with me getting my eye ripped out. You see an actual eye not an actual eye, but like a fake eye, which in the series is supposed to be real. My actual eye, you know, it's supposed to be my actual eye getting ripped out. It wasn't, of course, because, you know. And also, a lot of people don't understand, like, how come I don't have the eye, or the damaged eye, which I can't remember if we explained that yet, which I think we did, but I had to get a surgery in the series. Like, in the series, I was taken to a hospital, and they actually had a fake eye, and I got an eye transplant, and you know, that's why we have like so weird things with the eye colors and stuff like that, because it's kind of like an homage to the original where well, no, it is kind of the original part, you know, part one, because it's still in that universe and that storyline. But ever since this new beginning, you know, we've kind of just been doing our own thing with it, and, you know, putting a little bit of extra effort in like developing a storyline that no one's ever went down. And there is an actual like underlying story that's there, but no one has brought it to me yet. No one has guessed it right except one person. One person actually got it right. That me and Sean. I had to explain it to Sean like 3 different times to get him to understand it, and he still doesn't like fully agree with it. But I said that pretty much it's something that is heavily implied towards the end of the series, which we haven't got to yet. But you'll understand it as we keep going, or you'll get the hint. But it will be all real, you know. It will be more of what you actually see, you know, versus... Because there is a scene already that you could have picked out, which I, on purpose, didn't edit out. It's actually a mess up. It involves a mirror, and you can go back and look at it. And basically, you can see something in that mirror, which I don't know if you'll ever find it, but there's a reason why the lightning strikes are so important. It's because it allows them to go into the past. Well, you'll see real soon the merge between reality and the mist, you know, or because we haven't given that a name yet, so we don't know what the hell to call it. So, and that's just being straight up. We don't know what the hell to call it, but at the same time, we just know it as the mist for now. You know, we're just gonna call it by the mist. Which I like that. I like that. And, oh, by the way, I got a haircut, which will be in the next series video. So, anyways, this video's gone by for too long. I'm just letting you guys know that we're on hiatus right now. We're kind of just doing our own thing, doing stuff, you know. Me and Sean are fine. It's just we're doing our own stuff, you know. It's the summer. We're trying to do stuff for our own selves, you know. Enjoy our lives a little bit. Anyways, I just want to let you guys know so that if you don't see a video for a while, that's why. But we are still working on it as of now. But yeah, let me know if you guys like the idea of me verbally explaining a story to you. There's a Food City, which is where I work. I should have just said it, but there's a story that I have written about where I work. And if you ever want me to tell the story, I will read it word for word because it is actually really good. I like it. It's one of my favorite stories that I've written. Basically, it's about this Food City bagger who pretty much has his first experience, it's his first job. But he's kind of forced to have this job because he has to actually pay back some money due to accidentally running over a dog that was a purebred, pretty much. And he has to he's like intertwined in between like legal and moral reasons, like because if he doesn't pay back the money for that dog, pretty much these people will come after him, which I haven't even written into that yet, but that's basically the story of it. But basically he has to go through it, and there's a level of corruption within his store that he works at, and it gets pretty serious, and it's a tragedy. It's actually a dramatic, tragic story, which I enjoy. I've always liked tragedies. It's just my style of storytelling. I like seeing the main character go down. You know what I mean? It's one of my favorite things to see in entertainment. So, anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys to death.